Alright, so these are 3-year-old trees. They're Honeycrisp on Nick 29, which is a fully dwarf rootstock. And we're going to trim these. They are in third leaf. We're going to trim them how we would so you can trim them in your yard at your house. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple steps. Number one is anything growing around the root, the graft union as suckers would be cut off. And we're going to go over here like this. This is a sucker, and it will not, you don't want it because it comes up from the graft union. I'm going to take that off. Okay, it doesn't matter if there's different rootstocks give you more suckers or less suckers, but you want to take them all off. Okay, you don't want those because they'll compete and they won't produce the same fruit as this Honeycrisp. It'll be whatever rootstock this is. So they can be a crab apple, it can be all different kind of stuff. So first thing you do that. The second thing you look up, and anything going straight up, you're going to cut out. So like this branch right here, we do not need because it's going to compete and it's never going to give you apples when you want it. The second thing is like this. That one, all these ones that go straight up, we do not need. They just compete for sunlight and they're unnecessary. Okay. The third thing we're going to do is any branch that is dominant, that's competing for the leader, that will take nutrients and try to compete with the leader, like this one, or some of these like this. Normally they're toward the top of the tree, like these two. When they're almost the size of the diameter of the leader, we want to cut them out with loppers and not have to do it with chainsaw later, because you want this tree to grow up. We want it to be about 11, 12 feet tall when they're done. You might want it shorter than that, but this rootstock determines your height of your tree. So if you cut it off right here, it will always branch out and try to be that tall unless you do something, either spray Apogee, which is a growth regulator, or you always try to keep that size. So you don't want to just head it wherever you think, because the rootstock determines the size of your tree. So we're going to take out any dominant branches. That's the third thing. Any dominant branches that are competing for the leader and they're going more upright than out. Because like this is a beautiful branch. Okay, it goes apples and it is calm. This one too. But this one will always grow up. So we're going to leave a stub and we're going to cut it out. We want another branch next year. Same thing with, that's going straight up, with this one, because it's going straight up. It won't. This was growing last year from the whole branch did. It has no fruit buds on it. It has all leaf buds on it, so it's just going to keep on growing. And we're not going to be able to calm that down unless we spread it out like that, because it takes a lot of time. And if you want a branch right here, you can put a spreader from here and bring it down. You can do that. Or in this situation, because we have trees really close, we're going to cut it out. But if you want to spread that and calm the tree down like that, or calm that branch down, you can, but we're going to cut it off. Okay, and the same thing with this one. Okay, this one's going straight up, and then we want the fourth thing is we want to make sure our leader is singulated or dominant. There's not a fork in it. Okay, because you want to keep on going up. This I would consider as a fork. Okay, so I'm going to take these both out. I leave a little stub. Sometimes you can cut them down farther when it's up like that, and you'll have less bigger going out, or you'll have less regrowth as a stub. But that's what so like this right here, there's a fork right here, and it's going to compete, so I would take that out. So there's 4 rules that we trim our trees with. The first thing is you want to get all the ground sprouts out. The second thing is any branch any limb or sucker or any branch that's going straight up, you don't need, which is like these. You don't need them because they just compete for the tree. They shade it inside. They have no fruit buds on them because they're going straight up. This is all leaf buds right here. They're just going to be leaf buds, and you don't need them. Okay, and then the third thing is any dominant branches you want to cut off. You can do this before you cut all the stuff straight up, but any dominant branches. So on your situation, when you're in your house, you can leave this branch right here. On this situation, because they're closer together, we're going to take it out, but you can leave that branch and it will produce a lot of fruit in years to come. And you can leave, so unlike your trees, when they're Sherman dwarf at your house, you want to like your branches right here, and then up here. So you have like 3 tiers, say your 10 pillars of branches, and then the top you kind of renew every year. So you got one big branch out of the top, and then the bottom ones you kind of leave and just trim up like we just did here. A lot of people, I get comments on how many apples do I set on a tree like this size. We're going to do about 30 apples on this Honeycrisp tree. It's 3 years old, and we want it to get. If you crop your tree too much, it will stop growing and it won't continue to grow. So about 20 to 30 apples will be plenty to put on there. When you get when spring progresses and you get fruit buds, you'll be way more flowers than 30 on here, and then you'll have to hand thin down to 30 in June.